All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow, and we're going to talk about a few stocks in this video and specifically about Nndm stock, Nano Dimensions, right? And we're going to talk about what ARK Invest bought today and some important things to watch for here on what's going on with ARK Invest and their specific ETF ARKQ, and overall what ARK Invest is doing and how Nano Dimensions played out today, and other stocks as well that were purchased by ARK Invest in general. So I look forward to going ahead and jumping into everything that we're about to talk about. We also have some great news for Nano Dimensions, right, based off of today. And I want anyone that has more information on that when I talk about it to piggyback off of what I say, or even correct me if I'm wrong. But before we jump into everything, I want to announce to all viewers and investors and even subscribers, if they have not seen this, the launch of my website. I just launched it last week, investfortomorrow.com. So there's a short video that kind of gives you an overview of the purpose and forward outlook on the website. And then also I have a disclaimer so everyone can go ahead and not be misinformed or misled on the purpose of the website. The whole goal is to build a community of investors that we all learn and grow together. So we have the stock picks forum. There'll be weekly and monthly stock picks I'm watching. We'll have the daily watch list on ones that are looking like they have momentum. Obviously, nothing that I state in the whole entire website is for you to go ahead and take as financial advice or make a decision upon. You still have to do your due diligence, check with a personal or professional financial advisor, but we are here to discuss different things, and I will always point out what other analysts are saying and what research I use. You guys will see, and based off of what I see, I will go ahead and share it with you guys, and you guys can further do your due diligence and make your own rational decisions. Now, here in the gathering of investors, everyone can share their knowledge and experiences in investing. I look forward to building a whole entire community here where we can all ask questions and help each other out. Obviously, everyone should maintain the integrity and honesty in this section, but that is a section that is developing because obviously the group members is pretty small. But once the website continues to develop, I believe that you guys will engage more here, or just talk about stocks and things that happened today. Like, did you see this move? Did you see that? Is anybody watching this? What are your thoughts? That's a great place for all of us to gather and discuss different topics. Now, we will have other forums like how to manage the intangible. This is one of them, on to further expanding than just learning about stocks. And that's about credit and credit score and what entails with the credit score. And then we have the member options. You have to choose one of the options to fully gain access to the forums, but each option shows you what it will give you access to. It's completely optional, but I highly encourage you guys to go check out the website if you haven't already. And I want to say thank you for those of you that have joined and for those of you that have stopped by to check it out. So let's jump into this. So Deere & Co. Deere & Co. hit a low of almost 107, maybe 105 or $6 in March, right, when everything dipped, and it's been running up since. Now, when you go all the way back to 2019, and when they IPO'd here, it was around 147. So anything below 147 is basically per se a discount, and it hit below that a few times before the March drop. You can actually see that early on in the whole entire volatility. But ARK Invest has been loading up on shares on this one, and it has been running up. And even at $250, ARK Invest every day or every 2 or 3 times a week or every 2 days, right, throughout the week, they're adding to their position here with Deere & Co. That right there stands out to me. I just wanted to point it out. If anyone's familiar with Deere & Co., Deere & Co. is pretty big. It has a lot to do with trucks, construction, and even farm machinery. I mean, agriculture is a big industry. We kind of overlook it because we're not really present there, or we kind of don't see what's happening. It's almost like what's behind the scenes before everything that arrives to the grocery store, right? So you kind of want to think about that and the time that it takes and the investment, and there's money in that. But anyways, people are always going to eat. They're always going to need food, and there's always going to be somebody that plants it or grows it or cultures it, right? Or takes care of it until it's ready to be delivered and distributed. So those machines, they help a lot. If you've seen the prices on some of those machines, you will be pretty much astonished or surprised on like, wow, there's value there. So there's probably a lot of profit going on when it comes to selling these machines. I'm not too familiar with it, but those prices are pretty high. They're up in the 100,000s or anywhere between. I mean, I've seen some low price things like 50,000, but everything's 50 plus, and they go up to 500,000 or even more. And a lot of people buy these machines and then they rent them, and there's so much business going on with that. But overall, Deere is a well-known company, national. I'm not sure if they're international, if anybody wants to correct me on that. But just the fact that ARK Invest is jumping in on that at the 200s, I can just imagine how much value they see and room, and they've just been stocking up on shares over time. So back to Nano Dimensions. So Nano Dimensions dropped. Obviously, we know about the offering on Friday, the shelf offering, then Monday, and today, I believe, is the end of this whole entire offering that we're kind of going through. And the rest of the week, we can see some growth here. I think that's why we see this momentum building up. And I did the stock analysis earlier today in my other video. But we're not here to talk about the stock analysis or anything like that. Obviously, these numbers are important. You want to keep them in mind, right? The resistance, the support, and the 50-day moving average, the highest point here, lowest point that it reached today, and the lowest point down here at $6.01. And if you want to round it down to $6, you're more than welcome to, as I always say. But we need to watch it still closely. There is some momentum working its way up. That's a good sign. It's kind of just leveled off. But this resistance needs to be broken through to continue. But what is interesting throughout this whole process is Friday, ARK bought shares. Monday, ARK bought shares. Yesterday, ARK bought shares. And guess who bought more shares today? ARK Invest bought more shares. Yesterday, they bought almost 100,000. Monday, they bought almost 100,000. And let's look at how much they bought from yesterday to today. So I have here yesterday's, right? And I have today's. So yesterday's was 3.7 million shares, right? Well, basically, 3.7 million. I'm not going to talk about the 13,000, but you could see that it's on the lower end of 3.7 million. It's not 3.575 or anything like that. So it's on the lower end of the 700,000, right, mark, and 3 million shares. So 3,700,000 shares, right? I'm trying to just round it down. I don't want us to think too much about the 13,000, and I'm over here spinning in circles. But yes, you guys get what I mean. 3.7 million, let's just say. And this is where we're at today. When you do the math, that's 107,000 more shares added. Obviously, the value and the weight went down due to the fact of how the price reacted today. If you see that, how the price reacted, it went up yesterday to these highs here, and then it kind of leveled off, and today it fell. So it's back down to around the $6 mark. So the weight actually changed, but the amount of shares did change as well, and it changed upwards. It didn't change downwards. So 107,000 more shares. We're at 3.8 million shares now. 3,820,687 shares. There you go. I said that one right. Not like the 3.7, but the 3.8 here is a significant play, right? They added a larger stake. They keep doing it. That's what I'm watching. I'm just waiting for Nano Dimensions to stop buying or sell even one share. If they don't do that and they continue to add shares, man, they are seeing value way ahead, way beyond what anyone could see or imagine, because they added 100,000 again. They added another 100,000, not yesterday, but Monday. I mean, they were at 3.5 million basically at the end of last week. And we are today on Wednesday, the middle of this week, and they're up 300,000 shares. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video and showing you guys this is because everyone is stating, oh, I didn't get any notification. I stated that in yesterday's video, and I even noticed it, that they're not sending it out. I don't know if they're forgetting or they're doing this pre-market or after-market hours where they don't have to say it, because when they state the spreadsheet, it's intra-trade. So if you're not watching this, you might miss this. So they bought 107,000 more shares. And let's look at that. 3.82, right? 3.71. That right there speaks for itself. And you might miss this if you aren't seeing this. I want every single investor to be aware that for as long as ARK Invest continues to buy shares, whatever the behavior of the stock is, there's still room for value. There's still room to grow. Not necessarily every time, because ARK Invest bought, it means that it's always going to go up. They can probably be taking a risk and it could go down. But the fact that they're taking that risk as a institution, and obviously ETF and so forth, and all these professional analysis and teams are involved before they're executing these orders, that speaks in high volumes of the room that they see. Even if this doesn't run up any higher and they see it just kind of stop at 796, I mean, they still have room. That's going to make a big difference in their portfolio. You know what I mean? So they are taking advantage of these dips, and even as it's moving up, they're buying. That's where it's kind of like they're ruthless. Like, they're not even looking for a great entry point. They're just looking, how can we get in today? Where are we going to get in? So, of course, they're trying to look for the best point. But, I mean, just while it was going up, they were buying. While it kind of just settled down here, and as it's going down, they bought. So, it's like they know it's not going any more lower. And if it does, they buy even more. So, when you look at this on the more zoomed out picture of things, this is in an upward trend, no matter how much volatility it's having. Now, the other good news, which anybody that wants to correct me on this, there's no more offerings right now. And the offerings just ended, I think, or it ended like yesterday, or it ended on Monday. I'm not sure. If anybody wants to correct me, I think it was today that like everything just like the whole offering order or offering filing is just closed out. So if it closed out, we're going to see this possibly run up. It has to break through resistance, has to break through the 50-day moving average, and even break through the resistance way up here that I talked about at 715, and this could actually break out in the upward direction. I don't know how high, right? Because I don't like to predict. I don't predict where stocks are going or so forth at all. I don't tell anybody what to buy, sell, or hold here in this channel, but I do inform you guys on the cues that we like to look for based off the chart. So if 715 is broken through, this could start to hit newer highs and get much further away from the 50-day moving average and pull up into bullish trajectory. But if there's no more offerings, the room is there to probably hit $8 and probably even go further. I would love to see your guys' comments down below and thoughts. Do you think that $8 mark, we're going to hit it? If the offerings are over, please confirm that for me down below. I hope you guys find these videos helpful and informative, specifically on the fact that a lot of people are subscribed to that newsletter or to that ETF spreadsheet, and they're not receiving this information. They're missing out on it. So you guys need to know this. You got to watch for this. And I'm glad I'm able to go ahead and break it down for you guys. I've been doing it for almost a whole week now, specifically due to the fact that I noticed there's some movements on the whole entire list, but there's no movements on the spreadsheet. And I said, I got to go ahead and let people know about this and be aware, which the information's there, but you got to go a little deeper. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys found this video helpful and informative and you're a first-time viewer, please do so and subscribe. And for those of you that are subscribed or a first-time viewer, don't forget to click on the bell. By clicking on the bell, you turn on all notifications to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. Share the information so that everyone is aware. And thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. Also, I'm going to put the link down below to the website. Don't miss out on it. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching once again, and let's make some money.